Welcome back to the Adaptive Athlete Podcast, the place to hear all about adaptive athletes in CrossFit and beyond. I'm your host, Matt Hotho. On today's episode, we're talking with Hadar Kaufman. Hadar competes in the upper 2-point division, and he placed third at the 2024 Games. And we had a great conversation about his mindset towards competition and his hopes for the 2025 season. Now, after recording this episode, unfortunately, Hadar is not going to be competing in the remainder of the 2025 season due to personal reasons, but his conversation and his story is still remarkable. Check it out. All right, you ready to do this thing?
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Finally.
Boop.
Recording in
finally.
progress.
All right. Welcome back to the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. Today, I am finally with Hadar Kaufman. Hadar, is that how you pronounce your name, by the way? Did I get that right?
Hadar Kaufman.
Awesome, dude. Hadar, welcome to the podcast, man. I'm so glad to have you here. For people who don't know, we've been trying to schedule this thing. We finally got it worked out, and it's so good to see you, get to chat with you. How you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here. I'm doing awesome. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. It's a crazy week for me at work. I work in a church, so I know we were just talking about Passover for a second, just wishing each other a happy Passover. But like for me in Christian world, it's just a crazy week. We've got services all week and a big day Sunday,
really?
And so yeah. So I've been working quite a bit this week, but it's a good week. Yeah,
sounds cool.
Yeah, and you get the week off.
Yeah.
So
it's a Jewish holiday. So
yeah, that's nice, man. That's nice.
Thank you.
Let's talk about CrossFit. This is a CrossFit podcast. We'll just dive right into kind of the CrossFit-y stuff that you do. We were talking before we started recording that you started CrossFit just doing able-bodied CrossFit for like 3 years. And you said it was really hard. Tell me more about that because you didn't know how to adapt.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to apologize to anybody who hears this podcast about my English. It's not my native language, so you might locate a few mistakes in my grammar, but I hope it will be fine. So when I did like the regular CrossFit, my biggest, how do I say it? How did you pronounce this, please?
Yeah, adaptive, or what do you?
No, my biggest difficulty.
Oh, obstacle?
My hardest obstacle. Yeah, obstacle is the word. Is the overhead movement.
Yeah.
I competed in the upper 2 points, which mean that we have some kind of upper situation, but we still manage to have 2 points of contact with our hands or our palms or any other assistant equipment. And so my situation is that I broke my elbow when I was 4 years old, and I can't reach full extension on my left elbow. All the overhead movements like snatches and handstand walk and handstand push-ups, and we did the adaptation before we knew there is an adaptive CrossFit community or program or anything like that.
And did you adapt by like putting plates under your hand basically to kind of extend that, make up for that lack of? Yeah.
There's some exercises that I cannot do, like handstand walk. I'm starting to figure it out. It's very difficult. Wall walks. I'm walking on one palm and one elbow, and I put plates under my elbow and I walk like this. Snatches. There's like a limit of how much weight my muscles can endure because I cannot lean on a skeleton form. So snatches, overhead squats, I have like a weight limit that I cannot break no further because it isn't a question about strength. It's a question about like a skeleton form.
Well, yeah, because so I can't lock out my right arm because of cerebral palsy. So I've got, I had a stroke when I was a baby, basically.
Whoa. Okay.
And so I can't lock out this arm. So when I try and do overhead movements, this arm gets really tired.
Yeah.
Because it's supporting so much more weight because you can't do that like lock, right? That everybody can do on their good side.
Yeah. And we're experiencing overuse injuries. If you're familiar with that, every now and then overuse with the elbow, with the the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
So any overhead movement, press or overhand form is very difficult because I have imbalanced arms,
Yeah,
basically.
which would impact any pulling, pressing, whether that's pressing a barbell overhead, but also pressing off the ground, right? Like a push up or a
Yeah,
handstand push up.
obviously. Pulling isn't really any I don't know how to say, but pulling is okay. Pulling is okay.
Yeah, so it's not impacted when you're pulling, but how
No.
else does it impact you?
Um, Due to the imbalance, my left shoulder need to do the extra work to reach some like of full extension movements,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So time to time goes by and my shoulder gets really overused. So I need to take care of it very, very much in the warm up, in the cool down. I cannot neglect those things because it will lead to an injury.
Yeah. Have you injured your shoulder before from overuse?
Yeah,
Yeah.
many times,
Okay.
many times.
Yeah. But you're still expected in your division to do things like pull ups, chest to bar muscle ups. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. I think gymnastics is my strong side.
Okay. And your weak side
Yeah,
would be the overhead barbell kind of stuff.
obviously. Yeah,
Yeah. So do you work with a coach?
yeah. I do. I work with a personal coach. She's amazing. She's so smart and she knows the human body perfectly.
Yeah. What are some of the ways that she has helped you adapt or kind of get more power out of that left shoulder?
I think she managed to do kind of stuff because she knows um, the normal exercises, what's their target.
Yeah.
So she knew how to adapt these exercises to my condition.
So she can do things that'll help you when you're doing these movements, get the most out of them,
Yeah,
basically. Okay.
yeah.
What's one or two of the adaptations that she's given you?
When I do wall walks, um, she she got the idea to use some kind of platform to um, to fix the imbalance of my arm
Yeah.
because when you cannot reach full extension, it means your hand is shorter than
Mm-hmm.
the other hand. So she first of all she designed a glove with a plate
Mm.
to over to I don't know how to say, but to
Compensate.
overcome the compensate, yeah,
Yeah.
compensate the lack of length. And further on, she told me, "Hey, listen, because we sort of managed to complete the obstacle or pass over the obstacle, and I want you to try another stuff, which means go on your right arm as normal and walk on your left elbow, and
Mm.
that means that you will lean on a skeleton and not on a muscle."
Mm-hmm.
And she had this idea. It was amazing. It was in the 2024 semifinals. She
Perfect.
did the job
Yeah.
perfectly.
What was the movement? Wall
Wall
walks or
walks.
wall walks in
Yeah,
the 2024 semis. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think 24.3 if I think.
Okay. Gotcha. And so how is your bicep on that left arm?
Okay, my bicep on my left arm is way much weaker
Yeah.
because it also there doesn't have a full range of motion, and they tore out my long head of the bicep. So the biceps is built from two heads,
Yeah.
and I have only one head, the short head, and not the long head.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's also affected my left arm, which is way more weaker.
Yeah. No, that's so interesting because obviously this is an audio podcast, so people can't see what I'm
Yeah.
seeing right now. But I just
Yeah.
thought, as someone who has like muscle imbalances, which I do, I thought maybe it was just atrophy, which is like, less muscle on that arm. But
Yeah.
I mean, literally it is less muscle because there's a whole
No,
muscle missing. Oh my
missing
gosh. Yeah.
at all.
Just completely
Yeah.
gone. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Wait, one more time on that left side or on the right side? I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. Hey, hey. We just got our cover art for the podcast. Perfect.
Yeah, sure.
No. So then you can't really recruit that a whole lot, that bicep. You
No,
can't use it a whole lot. So that even makes more sense as to why that shoulder gets overused.
not much. Yeah. I
Yeah.
do this kind of movements. The listener can't see, but I'm activating the shoulder to go forward
Mm-hmm.
to overcome the length
Yeah.
that's lacking.
Yeah. Which is what I like about her idea of kind of just focusing on the skeletal part and having you be on your elbow. Because then
Yeah.
if you pad that enough, you
Hmm.
can do stuff like that. I've seen videos of, do you know Casey Akery?
Yeah, sure.
There's a video of him doing handstand
The
walks.
idol.
Yeah.
The idol, Casey Akery.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend. I
Yeah.
was so hoping to meet him in the 2024 CrossFit Games because when I first heard of the Adaptive CrossFit Games, I watched his entire games and I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh.
who is that guy? What does he made of? What's
Yes.
he's eating?
No, he would
But
be.
he explained it in his personal Instagram profile that he has experience um, personal preferences in his life.
Mm,
He's a father, he's a coach, so he put the competitive Casey aside.
yeah. Well, I mean, after winning the games, I mean, that, yeah.
So many times.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I think the year he won in 23, I think he went wire to wire. I don't think he lost
Yeah.
a single event.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I've seen videos of him doing wall walks with, like he puts almost like a foam roller, a hollow foam roller on that arm so that he can
Yeah,
kind of pivot on it.
we also have on our division Francisco Recuerda.
Okay.
He walks on his hands perfectly. He also has a similar case to Acre. He's taking a foam roller, put it on his arm, walks perfectly.
Yeah. Which is, so I kind of like the idea that your coach is kind of thinking of just kind of like focusing more on the bone that you have there to kind of support it, adding some length to it, and then seeing what you can do. So it worked for wall walks for you in that workout, huh?
Yeah, she went to I don't know how to say it, but
Seamstress, a sewer. Yeah.
no, textile factory or something like that.
Okay.
And she padded like a shoulder sock for me
Yeah.
that my skin won't. At my first workout doing this, my skin completely tore off. So she had another idea, and she gave me this sock which I can walk on, and it works perfectly.
That's awesome. So do you think you're going to be able to do handstand walks at some point? Is that a goal that you're working towards?
That's the goal.
Okay.
That's the goal. I think this is a kind of movement that I never thought I will be able to do. And if eventually I will do it, it would give me a sense of accomplishment that I've never felt before.
Yeah. I'm rooting for you on that, man. That would be so cool. I hope they come
I'll
up in
keep you posted.
semifinals then.
I'll keep you posted.
Dude, when semifinals drop in a month, if there's handstand walks in there, I'm hitting you up and we're rooting for you.
Sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. So speaking of competitive CrossFit, so you did the Open in 2024 and made it to the games. Did you do the Open in 23 when it was that odd Open that would sort of feed into the games as well, but they were only taking like 5 people? Did you do the Open in 23?
I did the Open in 2023, but I wasn't familiar with the classification progress.
Mm-hmm.
So basically we missed it.
Okay. Gotcha. So then 24 though, you qualified out of the Open, qualified out of semis, and then you made it to the games. And those games were crazy in San Antonio. I was there too.
Yes,
And I think we both said, hey, we were there, but didn't get to see each other because it was just so wild.
it was so wild. It was so I don't know how to say, but so intense. The intensity of those 3 days were was absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was one of your highlights from the 2025 or 2024 games?
My event win.
Hmm.
I had an event win. I don't know the number, but um,
Which
it
one was
was
it? Was it the one with the snatching or the clean and jerks
the
or?
one with the pull-ups, chest to bar, and the shoulders to overhead.
Oh,
I think climbed the ladder, the workout,
okay.
climbed the ladder.
Oh, hanging phrase. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Hanging phrase. Sorry.
No, no,
Hanging
no. You're
phrase.
good. You're
Yeah.
good. So it was, oh, okay. And then you just casually clean 245 and under the spotlight. Okay. But hanging phrase in 412. So that one consisted of what for your division? I'm looking it up real quick.
Um, Pull-ups, chest to bar, um, hang shoulder to overhead, if
Okay.
I'm correct.
Yep. And then let's see here. So the pulling movement got harder as you guys went.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So hanging phrase. Okay. So
Hanging
you win
phrase.
that one in 412. What was going through
Yeah.
your head when you were like smoking that workout?
Um, my coach, she wasn't there with me at the time because she went on a personal vacation.
In San
Before we
Antonio?
knew, no, before we knew the Adaptive CrossFit Games dates,
Okay.
she already scheduled a family vacation, and she was with me all the time, FaceTiming and coaching and motivating. And when we woke up in the morning, we did like a morning talk, and she told me, "Hey, this is yours.
Mm,
This workout is for you, made for you. I know your strength. I know your capabilities. This made for you. You got this. Don't think, just work out. Don't think. It'll all be over under 5 minutes.
yeah.
Do what you must. Do what you can." And she um forecasting it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Awesome. Dude, that's amazing too. You beat the next person by like 30 seconds on that workout too. It wasn't even close. You blew them
Yeah.
away.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Any other highlights from those games?
I think that the last workout, I was very close between the third place and the fourth place.
Yeah.
So we had only one workout at the day on our last day. And I was so nervous. I was always at the top three all the days. So I didn't want to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up in the morning. I didn't know what to do. I was so on a stress that I went to a morning jog for like 40 minutes.
Mm.
And I called my coach. I told her, "Sasha, I'm not saying a word. I'm nervous. I just need you to speak into my ears." And that's it. I ran. I circled the entire stadium for 40 minutes, and she basically summarized all of our journey into one conversation. And I knew that I need to go on that podium no matter what. So this is what I did. After I realized that it's over
Yeah.
and I'm third place, I was so high I couldn't even manage to describe it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, your mindset, like what must have been going through your head after your coach just to pump you up, just summarized
Yeah,
your entire
yeah.
journey.
She knows me in levels that many other people who knows me for so many years um, don't know about me.
Yeah.
And she knows me perfectly. She know my highlights moments. She know my down moments. She know what buttons I need for her to push it, for me to get motivated or get ignited.
Mm-hmm. And clearly it worked. I mean, you took
Yeah,
second. You took second in
it
that
worked.
workout.
Yeah, and third overall.
Oh my gosh. And that was such a quick workout.
Yeah, sprint,
Yeah.
such a sprint. And
Yeah.
I hate sprint workouts.
I know what you mean because it's all about execution.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Wow.
room for mistakes
Yeah.
at
No
all.
room for mistakes. So before we started recording, I'd asked you what your mantra is, what the thing
Yeah.
is that you tell yourself. And maybe you were telling yourself this going into that final workout. Maybe you were telling it to yourself after you realized you made the podium. But what is that thing that you say to yourself?
So ever since I was a kid, I had this mantra in my head. In life, it could be either results or excuses, never both. And I keep telling it to myself every time, every workout, every qualifier, that basically you can tell the world everything that you want. You can tell that your body is sore, that you didn't sleep last night, that you were thirsty, your hand was painful, and everything. But you won't achieve the thing that you want to achieve if you tell yourself or you tell the others excuses.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is what we do. It's the edge of the sport. It's the edge of our body's capabilities. So I think we've all experienced that kind of mindset that, hey, we want to quit. This isn't suit for us. We want to quit. This is frustrating. This is difficult. This is too much for me. We all experience that voice in our mind. So you need to know how to shut this voice down, because if you want to achieve something in your life, you need to let go of the excuses. When you tell your story with the achievement, the excuses will never be there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So if we're watching you at the 2025 games and you're on the starting line and you're a little quiet, what's running through your head in your native tongue? What are you talking to yourself? How are you saying that mantra?
So in Hebrew, it sounds like בחיים יש או תוצאות או תירוצים, בחיים לא גם וגם.
And that's just
So this is
going,
what it sounds.
it's just
Yeah.
going over.
On repeat
Yeah.
during the workout. When you catch that barbell and your grip is basically gone, and you're saying to yourself, I don't know if I'm first, I'm second, I'm third. I can't hear the crowd. I can't hear the guy that shouting the scores he leads and everything. You can't hear nothing. So it's only you versus you. And I keep telling it to myself in my mind that I don't have any room for rest. Now is not the time. Let the workout over, rest as many as you like until the next one.
Yeah.
Let the CrossFit Games over, rest until the 25 Open.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. So the Open's over. You made it to semis.
Yeah.
What do you want to see in semis?
I would like to see high capacity workouts, more long workouts, because our semis last year, as I remember, were very quick.
Yeah, there was one 20-minute workout, but everything else was pretty quick.
Yeah. So I love the long workouts. I'm a pretty good pacer. I know how to start to end. So this is my niche.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what comes down the pipe in just under a month.
Bring it on.
Yeah, exactly. And then maybe we'll reunite in Vegas for the 2025 games. So
Hell
they just
yeah.
announced that it's going to be 3 days with 2 floors.
2 floors. Yeah. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I really love the idea. I think the adaptive community is way more unite than I've ever expected. So when we had the one and only floor, I keep I was on the crowd for so many time
Mm.
watching the other athletes, and it was so admiring for us not to focus only on ourselves and to see the other athletes in our community. It was so admiring. I was shocked to see some of our athletes do the things that they've done. It was amazing. And I don't want the focus to be washed away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're meaning, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I do hope we get some time as adaptives to watch our fellow competitors
Yeah,
compete, right?
yeah. Because we support each other in a way that others won't understand because
Hmm.
we know each other's journey.
Yeah. Yeah, even if we don't know it exactly what it's like we
Yeah,
definitely
sure.
we know what it's like to overcome.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Hey,
We
you got
have our
time
own
for
stories.
you ready for a lightning round?
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
If you've got control of the Spotify at the gym, what are you playing?
Linkin Park or Britney Spears.
What? Wow, that could not be more different. What if they did a mashup album? What if you had an album that was Linkin Park and Britney Spears? Would you rather it be Linkin Park songs sung by Britney Spears or Britney Spears songs sung by Linkin Park?
Wow. Linkin Park's no, Britney Spears songs by Linkin Park. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I
I'm a
want
fan
that.
of Chester. I'm a fan of Chester way more than Britney Spears.
That's fair. That's fair. I hope that exists somewhere. And if it does, I will
Wow.
find it and send it to you. And if
Awesome.
not, I may just create it myself. We'll see what we can do. AI is amazing.
AI, yeah. AI is the answer.
All right. Do you have a favorite girls workout?
I think Fran.
Fran?
I love Fran.
Classic.
Yeah.
What's your best Fran
And
time?
I hate sprint workouts except this one because it is the Fran workout represents athletic capacity
Yeah.
very much.
Which is even cooler that you won hanging phrase at the games.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that was basically Fran with clean and jerks.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. What are you? Oh, go ahead.
My time is 3:20.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You could challenge any able-bodied athlete with that time, man. For sure.
Yeah.
What are you obsessed with right now?
I think pushing myself always beyond limits.
Okay.
Adding weights in weightlifting.
Okay. Being able to weightlift more?
Yeah, heavy cleans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are probably fun too, because you don't have to go overhead.
Yeah, sure.
Pull, man. Pull. I love it. I love it. All right. One last question. What is your go-to snack before a workout?
Wow. Espresso shot.
Whoa.
Espresso.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
dude. So were you like hitting espresso shots before the workouts at the games in 25 or 24?
Yeah, sure. At the Starbucks, always. Always.
And they had one. They had one in the convention center.
Yeah, sure. So espresso with 2 dates, always.
2 dates?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you bring dates with you when you compete?
Yeah, the sugar pump.
Yeah.
You know.
I love that. I love that. That's a great way to get sugar, man. And like a total Mediterranean thing to do. An American would never think to do that. But like I love that.
You should try.
I should. I do go-go squeezies. So I think I could use something a little bit different.
Sure.
I'm like stealing from my kid's stash, for my workouts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that.
If it works, so
yeah, we'll give it a shot. I'll let you know. I'll report back. Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Two final questions.
Go ahead.
If there's someone who is interested in adaptive CrossFit or wants to get started but doesn't know where to start, how would you encourage them?
It's a good question. I think I would ask him, what do you want to achieve in adaptive CrossFit? Because it can give you so much physical benefits, mental benefits, sense of accomplishment, self-confidence. This is the complete package.
That's right. It can. It does the physical and the mental so well.
And if he answers yes on any of these questions, you should give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, one last question, if you go back and talk to a younger version of yourself, what would you tell them?
Keep pushing.
Yeah.
Keep pushing. I know you had a few obstacles that you told yourself, okay, that's the limit. I'm telling you, it's not your limit. Go on, keep pushing.
Yeah.
The glass ceiling will break, and you will break another one and another one and another one.
What are a couple of those ceilings that you've broken in your life?
Wow. I've never thought that I would make it to the podium. When I arrived to the games, I was 8th on the leaderboard. So the podium wasn't close for me. If I was 4th place, 5th place, I knew that I could push a little bit, and I'm nearly close to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I told myself, hey, it's my first Adaptive CrossFit Games. Let's enjoy the show. Let's go and experience the experience and have fun. Due to that, I'm a very competitive guy. And after the day in Wonderland, we called it, yeah. After the first day, I sat with my dad. He was with me, and I told him, I'm gonna bite this competition. I'm gonna go all in. I don't want to have fun. I'm on the podium.
Yeah. And you did it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome, man. That's so awesome, dude. Thanks for being an example of what you can do, man. When you just push yourself, believe in yourself, when you don't accept excuses but just go for results. That's so
Thank you.
I needed to hear that today. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me on your podcast. It was such a fun time.
Yes. And even though it took so long, it was so worth the wait.
Yeah, worth the wait. Yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome, dude. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the podcast. I love a good mantra, and I loved Hadar's mantra. Quote, in life, there are either excuses or results, never both. Ponder that one this week. While you're pondering things this week, be sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. Share this podcast with friends, share our posts with friends, and rate and review the podcast so we can go further as we're in this time of getting ready for the 2025 CrossFit Games. I'm Matt Hotho, and I'll see you guys next time.